Hello, everyone. This is Saul on January 21st, 2016. No, 2026 is today's date. I'm quite late today. I was busy chatting with somebody about many things, including Magworld. And so I'm here for a hot minute anyway. I was going to do just a half an hour and talk about, or not talk about, look at an issue that got filed, an issue and or pull request here. Right. So that's right. We're going to look at Davy Wales. Opened a bug. I should look at that and yep. Okay. So let's look at this bug here. Let's list that as a bug anyway. Does he have a sample file? Oh, there we go. Nice job. Thank you. Download that. And that has issue 2948 XLSX. And we run it. And against there and see what the issue is, as it were. So yep, go there, and it seems to be an issue of tables with links pasted from Outlook. Example hyperlink. Oh, that's right. Okay. Enter sheet 1. Oh, and there's the thing. Okay, so at least you're right. We should not have that exception. That should be easy enough to fix here. Oh. I got you. Let's talk or look at Excel theme colors and see XLSX format. Let's see if that does it. How to change the theme color. Now, theme colors, let's see here. Theme colors. Let's go into visidata, loaders, XLSX. Theme colors. Lazy property. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where did that come from? That's a good question. Okay, so let's look at this link here. A Google group. Hopefully Google hasn't shut that down. How to translate a theme color to an RGB value. Themed color. Okay. So we're looking at OpenPyXL writer theme.py. Let's see, I don't think I have that installed here. Thank you, not a bot. It's with this. Okay, so we're looking at writer theme.py. Okay, the theme XML based on a fixed string. Sounds good. So we got dark 1, light 1. Those are backwards. Dark 2, light 2. Accent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. H-link and full H-link. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Where did that come from? Okay, well, BB Wales did an excellent job finding this code. Okay, this Stack Overflow. So let's see. Oh, hey, Lapendino. How are you doing? We're looking at a recently filed bug about, well, not a bug, it's, I guess it is a bug, color support in XLSX sheets. Yeah, sorry I'm a little late today. I meant to come by earlier and then just got caught up in a conversation. So, okay, here we go. That's that. It's harder than, well, it's not quite a feature request. I mean, the issue is that there actually is a exception you can throw as details suggests. Just not having an exception is fine. You could use the 0 for things. But I thought I would spend a few minutes looking into it and seeing if I couldn't figure it out. And just even looking here, there is a little bit of interesting thing. Let's see here, where was I? I was looking at this code here. This is the OpenPyXL writer, a theme, the XML. And so I'm looking at, this is what I think, well, I think this is what is added to every LSX file from OpenPyXL anyway. Not the same background. Oh, sorry. Sound is getting cut off. Oh, sorry. I need to do a little dance here. Not that I said it before I got here, so either I did it wrong or something else is screwballs. No, this all looks good. Maybe I'm just literally too. No, that seems fine. What's going on? Does it, is it always bad or only bad at certain times? Like when I lean forward or something? Okay, I don't know. It might be that the microphone is just a little bit too close or, anyway. Reading your comment though, you got into, yeah, it's on a boom, so it should be pretty static, but then I kind of rock back and forth as I'm coding. I'm probably leaning forward a little bit, and maybe that's what causes it. Anyway, yeah, you said that you got into visidata just because it's a better spreadsheet. What's interesting is that astute observers have noted that I am very adamant about the fact that visidata is not a spreadsheet. And I will maintain that, I guess, until my dying day. But I also acknowledge that a lot of the usage of visidata is just like you're saying, so I'm trying to be a little bit more amenable to it. So anyway, looking at this, so we're basically there's 10 elements in here, and it's giving these 10 colors. I don't quite know how this code works. We're getting the theme elements I see here, and then finding all the CLR schemes. Fine. Oh, I see. There's exactly office in here. So color schemes equals find all. Okay, then we're taking the first color scheme. Okay, I see. That's the first color scheme there. And so in this case, it's always going to be the office one. I was pointing at, though, we're looking for these colors, light, dark, whatever. And they're not, this is actually dark, light, followed by the accents. And then there are these H links and full H links. And I kind of think that maybe I should just add those onto here. Like if I just do H link and full H link, there's a chance that this probably will just work because I think it's just only one off. This is literally for a hyperlink. I think they're having the problem. So yep. You literally don't even think about anything but spreadsheet-like software. I think, oh, you know what it might be? When I'm leaning over to read what you're saying, the text is small on my laptop window, which is where the YouTube chat is. And so it might be when I'm reading what you're saying, like I'm standing back, but if I read closer, oh, I wonder, I think, okay, is it cutting off now? Is that the issue? Right here, literally right here? Okay, and then is it fine now? Like literally right now? I think if it's fine right now, but not fine over here, then I totally have, okay, yeah. So I think what's happening is that when I lean over to the laptop, my face goes to the one side of the mic, and the mic is a directional mic, or I don't know if it's cardioid or something, but anyway, my face literally falls out of or mouth falls out of the area of capture microphone. So I think it's literally a physical property and not a setting. And so I just have to either carry the mic with me when I lean over, or probably just bump the font up somehow. I think I tried that and I couldn't get it to, oh, there it is. Oh, I can put it up, not down. Okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, yes. So hopefully this is easier for me to read and will be in front of the mic. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I guess you could get a non-directional, like a mic that will take from every direction, but then overall vocal quality or overall sound quality goes down. So probably just have to have a decent, if you have a decent mic, you probably just have to work with it. Or maybe have one of those mics, headsets, right? Where the mic goes literally in front of your mouth no matter where you are. Okay, so my theory on this, well, first of all, this should actually work. And it does, that's good. I don't know what the actual color should be. Make this be like accent 4 instead. Will that give it a different color? Well, at least it fixes the issue. Oh, yeah, I would have thought that a headset is standard. So how does your mouth move away from the microphone then? Unless, yeah, maybe it just gets jostled as you're talking. Font scheme, format scheme. Wow. Well, I mean, I'm kind of going by sense of smell here. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, just, yeah, talk out of the side of your mouth or something. I do that sometimes. Okay, I think I'm going to just do this. At least it won't be an error. Reading what you're saying about wine, yeah, seems like wine works really well. Oh, I was thinking that wine just worked for instance, using Windows software on Linux. Like I said, you said Valve's Proton worked too. Um, yeah, 100%. I mean, they can ship a Steam Deck, which runs Linux and plays most games, is huge. And games are some of the harder things to get working. So yeah, I think I think what's actually happening, and you probably can't say this to him so directly or so directly, but it's such a success that it's invisible, so you don't even know how good it is. That's probably what I would say about it. It's kind of like FMPEG or like they don't seem like to an outsider, to someone who's not really involved. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a video player and it's just an emulator. It's like, oh well, those are category defining and changing programs. Well, to be fair, Valve is more like a studio, or not even a studio, are they? They're yeah. There's nothing quite like. It's almost like if a company, or it's like Valve's more like Netflix, right? Like they're more of a platform than a producer of content. It's like, back in like 20 years ago, if some company owned all the blockbusters and all literal blockbuster stores and all the movie theaters and everything, how much money they made for all the movies that came out. But yeah, I know. I've heard that video games are more profitable than movies. I think is it 10x? Sure, totally. I would actually be interested. Are there any individual games that have made over $1 billion? I mean, I guess Fortnite is one of those, right? Well, Minecraft certainly. Minecraft, Fortnite. So there are huge video games that have made over $1 billion. But are there like, are there 10 of those? Are there 100 of those? Is there one of those a year? Yeah, but you go like you can go to a movie theater every weekend, and it's actually more like $20 now for a movie theater. That's just a ticket. Um, but you go every weekend to a different movie and pay money, but then you buy a game and play it for a month or two or three, maybe even a lot longer than that. So it's not quite the same. Like you can't watch the same. I mean, even if you bought the DVD, you couldn't watch the same. Okay, fair enough. Um, yeah, even if you bought the DVD, you wouldn't want to watch the same exact movie over and over again. But I know the video games. I think they're like, is it three times the size of movies in terms of the market share? I'm not sure. I know you're right that it's much larger, both than movies and than people think. I mean, video games are kind of still stuck in like a 2000 era size, where movies have been huge for a long time. But you're right. Okay, so I wanted to finish this message here. Number 2948. Oh yeah, 100%. And okay, I have a confession to make, and I'm answering your most recent question here about do I still play video games. I do still play video games. I don't play very many. I think you recommended Blueprints to me at some point, and I actually bought it on. You weren't the only one. A couple people recommended it, and I bought it for that. I still haven't. It won't play on my HD PC very well, which is underpowered, and um, I still need to get into it. I don't play games at my video games on my computer very often, mostly on the TV now. And my current favorite, I've been playing it for no, nigh on 6 or 7 years now, is Slay the Spire. Um, I have played it for maybe 2,000 hours even. Like it's just, yeah, I just keep playing it. Now that I've played it for so long, it's kind of in my blood. And I actually, even just in the past 2 months, I decided to try. I mean, I'm addicted to it, so I'm trying to tie that addiction to exercise. So now I get up in the morning and have a little tiny little bit of food, and then I play some Slay the Spire while I do some weights or squats or whatever. And it's not very much, but 20 minutes of that, and I feel like I've gotten exercise in. And I played a little Slay the Spire too, so I get a little dopamine hit with the exercise. So I've been there for almost 2 months, and I feel like I'm starting to get into the habit. Like it's okay. Like I get this thing to look forward to, and I get to actually do some exercises. So that's my current thing. Do you still play video games? You do. Yeah, of course. You're recommending Blueprints. You still play other video games too? Like, are you a frequent purchaser of games? I'm gonna close this. It's fixed. And it's cosmetic. Not quite cosmetic. It's for a loader. Yeah, so what's your current obsession? Like if you had to play a game right now for an hour, what would you pick to play? Oh, so you actually play older games a lot, like games from the 90s, I guess? Curious what those are. Open logo. What is that? Oh, wow. I've never, I know about Chris Sawyer, of course, but I've never heard of Chris Sawyer's Locomotion. Huh. And so is it like Sim Railroad, I guess? Huh. I've been trying to buy more things on GOG.com. Um, Steam makes it so easy, but yeah, I should just be watching for sales and like top bucks on things like this. Sorry, are you playing Motion or are you playing Open Loco, which is $3 on Steam? Oh, I see. You have to buy Locomotion to play Open Loco. You can't play Locomotion, I think, anymore. The original game, right? Or you, yeah. How does that work? You need Open Loco, right? But can you still play Locomotion, like the original? If you buy it from GOG, can you install it and play? Yeah. So what's the difference? Would you play Open Loco versus the original one? If it's the same assets, especially, and you have to own it. Oh, well, yeah. I thought that that was one big thing that GOG did, or older. Okay, I see. So native for non-Windows, like Windows compatibility is kind of an issue. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm not logged in, but I would wish list otherwise. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon. I've heard great things about it. I liked the games back in the day. For some reason, the later Sims didn't grab me. Even the Sims, everybody loved that for a hot minute in the 2000s. It was like too open ended. Like even SimCity, I think, was too open ended for my taste. Um, so you like complicated games? Oh, yeah, some tower is fun, totally. You like complicated games like um, Factorio, and is that the style of game that you like, where you really have to like dive into it in order to figure it out? So yeah, uh, I tried Factorio, I bought it, and I kind of bounced off of it. I think that there's like a certain kind of game that's a little bit too much like work. Like you just, I mean, if you really into it, it can be. I'm sure it is really fun, but like I don't know, for some reason it just became a little too optimized. I played Balatro for about a month straight. That like actually displayed Slay the Spire for a hot minute for me. And I definitely enjoyed it, but I finished it. I mean, I think I did all the final difficult challenge, and yeah, it kind of was not so great compared to Slay the Spire in terms of long term playability, and I also didn't like it's so juiced that it does bad things for my brain. Like I play Slay the Spire, and it's also not good for my brain, but at least it is like the graphics aren't that great. Like it doesn't have the same kind of bling bling. I mean, obviously, the Blotto is meant to look and sound and feel like a video slot poker, which is yeah bad. I mean, it's great. The animation is great. The spirit of the dead. I think he's made it into his world that the game never had any kind of microtransactions or anything into it, which is good. Never to be actually done a gambling content, but still kind of makes me feel that way in my brain. So you've gotten Dwarf Fortress, haven't played it at all. I actually have a book of Dwarf Fortress. You know, funny. I was just talking with Ash about Love Triangle on ZZT the other day, and yeah, I've played around with ZZT. You know, ZZT is Sweeney's creation from the 90s. I mean, this is one of his first things, and he's the guy, the CEO of Unreal, of Epic Games. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny to see the people come around. Um, anyway, this book about Dwarf Force, and I've also wanted to get into it, and maybe sometime I'll have the time. But, man, I don't know, it's so deep, and it seems like it's a pretty steep learning curve. I know people say that about Visidata, but um, Visidata it helps you get things done faster at some point. Um, Dwarf like it just takes more of your life away, right? Maybe if I'm ever like stuck in Alaska, Norway, or something, and it's just nothing to do, and I'm snowed in, and my internet's out, all I can do is play a local game. Maybe I'll get Dwarf Fortress rather than I'll say I'll probably just play NetHack because I'm a big NetHack fan. So, oh sure, yeah, yeah. So you've played probably a lot of the classic Scum VM EDM games like Monkey Island, right? Secret Monkey Island and Maniac Mansion. I used to play Maniac Mansion back in the day. I'm not sure if you like the real old. I don't think you do like the. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. I have a handful of standard game recommendations. Like, oh yeah, Jack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders. I've only played Maniac. Wait, Zack McCracken isn't the sequel? Day of the Tentacle. You're totally right. It is. Why did I Zack McCracken? Anyway, I find a lot of those older games, even the LucasArts ones, they're definitely good for the time, but definitely got that old school vibe. And like it was a time when you bought a game and you sat down and did the game, that's what you were doing. And they can get away with a lot of things there, making the game kind of difficult that is not necessarily satisfying these days. So I haven't gone back and played a lot of the older ones. Like I keep thinking I want to play King's Quest 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, and then I just started. I'm like, I don't know, I can't get into this. But I have basically 3 kind of standard, maybe 4 standard video game recommendations that I feel like are just solid. So, have you ever played Machinarium? This is one of my favorite point-and-click adventure games. I got it when it first came out, and I think it holds up. It's just really well done. The soundtrack is awesome. I still listen to it. I've played it through probably 4 or 5 times, I think. It's just really sweet. And so if you've ever played Machinarium and you can at all dig on point-and-click adventure games, I think you like it. I think it's definitely a worthwhile entry. I almost would just say you should just get it. That's one. Do you want multiple recommendations, or do you want to take one and work with it and then get a second recommendation once you verify that my recommendations are worthwhile? Okay. So the sorry, I'm reading this article here. How many games did they sell? The 17th best adventure game released. How many sales do they have? Does it mention this? Because I hope they made some decent money off. I mean, they certainly got multiple copies bought from me. Anyway, yeah, I really like this guy's music, and I was just really impressed. Anyway, okay, so next game that I think is just super solid is The Last Express. I'm sure you're familiar with Jordan Mechner and Prince of Persia. And those games were from the, well, Karateka is mid 80s, and Prince of Persia is like 1990. And this is the next game he made, The Last Express. And it is a very different game. It is a point and click, I guess, kind of game. All rotoscoped. And just still has a cult following. There are still, I think I checked into a Facebook group some couple of years ago, and there are people who think there should be a movie with a plot to The Last Express, and I don't think they're necessarily wrong. I think that it's a super, super well done and excellent plot. It's really immersive. I There are something like 6 or 7 languages spoken in the game, and only you as the protagonist can understand. I think it's 3 of them, and the other ones basically people are just going about their lives on this train. You're on the Oriental Express, on the last Orient Express, on this last journey before World War I breaks out. And so it's a multi-day journey on this train, and it takes place in real time. So, well, real time in the game, like it's not literally real time, but your actions, you basically go around the train and you are witnessing everybody else just kind of living their lives on the train, talking to who they talk to, and there's a kid running on and playing, and just stuff happens. And you don't see everything at once. You just can't. There's multiple train cars here, but there's this mechanism which he has in here where you basically can go forward and backward in time. You know, you go forward, you see something. If you want to go back anytime, you can go back to the last checkpoint, last decision point, and if you die, same thing. So you're just kind of like playing through the timeline, but you can be anywhere in the timeline. So you're kind of discovering the plot, the everything about it as a kind of a tree, as you're kind of like, yeah, seeing different things, you're figuring different pieces out. Anyway, it's a really beautiful game, and yeah, quite elaborate and very historically accurate. Um, they literally got the train cars from the Oriental Express. I'm sorry, the Orient Express. That like they went and found it. Let me look at this here, Liero. They went and found one. Like they basically had a really hard time finding an actual train car, but they eventually found one and took meticulous photographs of every angle on the inside and modeled it as exact as they could. So it's fantastically historically accurate, both in plot and in the train and everything. And anyway, so hard recommendation for The Last Express. It is a little more dated, and so it's a little difficult sometimes to get. I mean, I think actually there's an iPad version of it, which is a little. I would recommend playing the PC version if you can sit in front of a computer and use a mouse. But yeah, it's just beautiful. The soundtrack is really nice. If you do play it, I'd be very interested to hear what you like it. Liero, what's Liero? Tell me what it is about. Oh. I see, like you were saying, worms, real-time worms. Great. That's perfect. I mean, I used to like worms. That's hilarious. I've never heard of this. Euro, huh? Cute. Yeah, for sure. That sounds super fun. I can DM you the ones I recommended. I can post them here, or I probably if I was really good at this, I would be putting it in the comment section or in the description details of this live stream at the end. So Bacchanarian, The Last Express. Another game that I have really liked. I put way too much time into this game. It's really sweet. Also, it's called Kingdom. KingdomTheGame.com. So Kingdom New Lands actually is the one that I would say is the pinnacle of this. Basically, these two, I think they're Finnish. They were like 18 and 19 at the time, developed Kingdom Classic and Kingdom New Lands, and then sold the franchise, and then some other developer developed these two, and that's fine, I guess. But New Lands is like super solid, and Classic is a little more minimalistic. But I like New Lands a lot. And so Kingdom New Lands is very pixel arty, and It's your guy. You are a king or a queen on a horse, and all you can do is go back and forth, left and right, and throw coins at things to get your workers to do things. And yeah, it's I mean it's if you like the pixel art vibe, and it sounds like you do, like the soundtrack is also really good. The gameplay is, I don't want to say simplistic, but I mean, there's limited things you can do, but within that range, there's actually a pretty decent amount of depth. And one thing I like about this one too is it's not quite real time, but it is real time. Like you basically are doing these day-night cycles. So every 5 minutes is another day, and you actually have you have a day and a night. And this is I guess it's a spoiler, but you know it from the first day. So the baddies come at night. So the day you build, and the night you hunker down, and hopefully your guys are strong enough to beat off the baddies. And so it's thing that I think about it as, it's like a tower defense game brought down to an experiential level. Like they're building towers here in this still frame, tower walls, and yeah. I used to play tower defense games, and they made tower. Oh yeah, totally. This is a. Oh, I played several games on Congregate kind of too much. Yep. You know how it is. What? I've never heard of this one. You like a little more action games, it looks like. I like a little more sedate games. Or maybe when you were a kid, that was what you like, which makes sense to me too. Bomb Squad. What's wrong with her face?
How's it going?
I think it's just the still frame for some reason. It screwed up. Yeah, it looks like a fun party game. Yeah, that sounds familiar, but I don't remember it. Oh, got it. 2012. That's a ways ago. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Nice. Well, that's great. Yeah, I think I'd heard of it back in the day, but never had one. Yeah, so I've been getting a little into vibe coding recently. Like I was mentioning, talking with Astronaut Love Triangle a couple of days ago, and I'm currently vibe coding a Dope Wars clone that maybe he'll be interested in making something for. I mean, it's only been a few hours, and it's already, I don't want to say it's done, but it's definitely making quick progress, which is makes sense. Um, and but my next project after that, is going to be a vibe coded link sharing service, not even a service, just something I can do for myself. So I can share lists of links, and so I'll make um, I'll have a tag for video games for sure. and I'm gonna add my favorite games on there, and maybe I'll have like a to play list, and I'll add some of these on there because yeah, I'm very curious to know which indie games last year are the ones that either you've played or would recommend. Like a two play list. Don't tell me now. I mean, you can't tell me now, but I will probably forget them. I have a place where I'm like, whenever I'm sick or tired or whatever and just want a game to play, it's really hard to find the games, find the list of things. Yeah, okay, well, hit me up. I have to go here pretty soon and to do some editing, but at least tell me what you're thinking. Create and share issues publicly and work on things together. Oh, you know, it's interesting. I actually do have, I think it's a private repo, but it's a repo, I think it's actually called Workflow. I haven't touched it in a while. It's hard to do things. But yes, my idea was that, oh, it's public even. I have my own workflow and I file issues against it and should be able to either vibe code things or fix things. Oh, and look at that. I actually do have this one here. So maybe this is what I'm trying to vibe code here. And yeah, not being limited to a software project, I totally get it. And I think that you could do it with GitHub, except for people who aren't software engineers have no idea how to do anything with GitHub, which is kind of amazing to me, but it's not amazing. I don't think of GitHub as that hard, but I know that it is harder for people to even wrap their heads around what it means to have a pull request and a commit and things like that. I want to close it. No, reopen it. And that's the issue with all these things, that the implementation, not just the design that really matters. And so, it's easy to have an idea to do it, and then it turns out you don't use it because it's just not well designed enough, even for yourself. I've only tried this myself, and so I'm curious if vibe coding something like my little link tracker means that I can focus on the design and the things that don't work, and I have to worry about the implementation of it. Well, the details of it anyway. We'll see. I'm gonna try it, I think. Yeah. If only because I think I could probably get something pretty solid in 1 to 10 hours of effort, and I'm already paying for Claude, so it seems like with small amounts of vibe coding, it just it's rolled in. So at the very least, I can take advantage of the VC subsidizations of AI for the moment. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I've been noticing that. Yep, they seem to be pretty good for at least simple projects and/or projects that have largely been done before. Like this dope wars thing. I'm not the first person that ever implemented or re-implemented dope wars, but I've not tried Zed. I'm a terminal person first and foremost, and then a Vim person. To be honest, I'm just using Claude CLI I have 4 windows. I have Claude CLI in one. I have a shell in one so I can test. I have an editor with the code, and I have a separate editor with the Claude, README, and to do Markdown files. So it's kind of like my high-level thinking. I get to see the code. I think it's actually, for me anyway, it's still important for me to look at the code and see what things I disagree with. And then, yeah, like I said, running Cloud Code CLI, Cloud CLI, seems to be working out pretty well. And I kind of don't want it to be tied into my editor. Like I want to be able to have freedom of choice for that. So yeah, I don't know. Can Zed run over a teammate? Yeah. I just don't even want to use a mouse. So it's probably I'm gonna bounce off it just because it's too modern, unfortunately. You can run it with code on a VPS. You can run it in the terminal like this? Let's look in the terminal. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's okay. Um, yeah. We've talked about this before. Yeah, I hear you. We've talked about this before, but I'm kind of aging out of software and tech in general, and so like I want less tech. Like the fact that I'm even doing some vibe coding with Claude is a little bit of a uh, not a surprise to me, but like you know, it's meaningful that I'm doing that, and I want to keep my definitely not an AI maximalist. I definitely am trying to keep it real, as it were. Okay, then let's see here. You said this. Right, right, right. Well, I was going to ask you to provide a full on thing here, but I think that I may have too many opinions already, so maybe I have to make my own, and it'd be something like a benchmark.jsonl, like you were saying, even, and that has like an array deeper dict inside of it, and then how it saves. I don't know. We have probably too many things to do with our test data. I should do that. I'm also got a lot of things I'm doing, so we may or not get to it. But thank you for posting it regardless. Okay, my friend, I think I need to get offline for a moment here and, like I said, do some editing. So hopefully I can get the first pass of this done. If so, then I'll be in a good shape. I will be here not tomorrow. Well, I'm not sure about tomorrow. We will see. I know, right? We will see about tomorrow, but then on Friday I should be here, and then I will see you then. It's good seeing you, Lapingdino. See you next time.